thoughts on Kenya's preparedness?
Initially, in fact, if Dr. Ngani might recall, I think I raised the red flag on this in this studio.
Yeah.
And when we had our conference between the 8th and 10th of October, I actually did a press and said, we are playing with a very serious disease, and our preparedness was lapse. We were not ready for the disease. And as he rightly says, I'm glad that in the last few days there's been a lot of activity in the government to try and correct this. The truth is that we are not yet there. A lot more needs to be done, and more because Ebola is not a straightforward disease. There are a lot of complexities. There are a lot of things which have not been understood. One of them being even the natural host for the disease. Nobody, as we are speaking today, and Dr. Ngani might want to comment on that, nobody actually knows where this disease actually habitates. It's only guessed that probably the natural host is some wild bats, some apes and monkeys, wild fruit that are eaten, you know, and so there is no definitive host, and therefore even the origin of the disease is not clear.
But in as far as the preparedness now, that is there, the disease, before we go into now the bigger picture of resolving the problem.
Actually, that's why I'm heading to that. By asserting that, I'm saying that without that complexity of not understanding the source, preparedness becomes a major issue. It becomes a real critical issue that requires involvement of not only the professionals but the public. And if you ask me, yes, there's been a lot of public message out there in the media and everywhere, but a lot of that message is scary, if you ask me.
But it's a scary disease.
Yes, but scary to the extent that if you're told, for example, if you suspect somebody has Ebola, don't touch, don't do this, then how are you supposed to contain it? Yeah, and therefore, as the government, ups the efforts to try and control this, I think public awareness is very, very critical. Training of a lot of the healthcare workers and even the support workers is very critical, so that they have the right information, they have the right things to do, they have the right equipment. Because training alone is not is not enough. They have to have the right equipment, they have to the right attitude. So that, because if health workers are scared, how about the general public?